everybody, it's me, Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today we're going to be using all the items that came in the November 2020 Paletteful Packs Box. We got a couple of browns and quite a few pencils, and I'm going to be doing a bunny. The surface I'm using is just the Crescent cold press illustration board that came in the box. I'm using one of them. It's 8x10. And I got my sketch in just using the Blackwing pencil. It's the lightest pencil we have in this box. Everything else is like 2B and up. And honestly, the 2B ones are carbon pencils, so they're much darker than a normal 2B pencil is. As far as the two brown Lyra pencils, I noticed that the dry one, which is the sepia light, is the darker of the two browns. I would have to lay that down first before the other brown, because it doesn't layer on top of the other brown, and it doesn't really layer well on top of any of the other pencils. So this one would have to go down first, then the light brown, and then I could do the variety of other pencils that are just basically blacks and grays over that. Because of what we got, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to draw, so I did just decide on a bunny because they're cute, and this one ends up being a super floofy little bunny. I end up pulling in a white gel pen because the white pencil that came in this box just didn't cover anything, it didn't pull anything back up, and the browns are not easily erasable. When doing fur textures, I always like bringing the highlights in on top of what I laid down. I don't like leaving the white of the paper for them. I just think it looks more like fur this way. It looks like there's more layers of little bits of hair just going on every which way when you keep layering stuff on top of it like this. There's something else kind of weird I noticed about the sepia light pencil. As I was using it, the tip of the pencil felt like it was getting caught on the surface. It's really hard to explain, but it was hard to drag it across. It felt like it was getting stuck in sandpaper or something. And that's the only pencil I had that issue with. Most of these pencils are softer media, so I did have to resharpen them quite a bit as I was going. I didn't care much for the pencil sharpener that came in this month's box. I just ended up using my Cretacolor Mega pencil sharpener. It has two different sizes, so it's a nice one. It also has that little plastic cap so you can keep most of the shavings inside of it until you open it and clean it out. That one seemed to work pretty well. It's pretty common to have to resharpen these kind of pencils though, because these are all much softer ones. It's just how it goes. If it's a softer pencil, you gotta sharpen it a bunch, because they wear down more quickly. In my opinion, some of these pencils just didn't work very well together. I had issues with layering with a lot of them. I tried to use every single one at least once in this drawing, because that's always the goal when I do these projects. I want to try to use everything in that box if it's feasible, so we attempted to. I just think some of the pencils didn't want to play well together. Also, with that white gel pen that I pulled in to help pull back out highlights, if you're layering it over any kind of pencil like this, you will intermittently need to clean off the tip of the white gel pen. Sometimes you can do it just by using another piece of paper and wiping it off, or using a paper towel. Sometimes I need to use my nails and kind of peel back the gunk in order for it to flow a little bit better. And this bunny is very, very fluffy. In the reference photo I had, it was a little fluffy, but I exaggerated some areas of the fluff, specifically that little mess on top of its head. I think it's still cute though. At least it looks like a bunny to me. That's all that matters. Like with any drawing I do, I'm using a lot of layers. I just love using layers. It's just how I work. I'm starting with the brown pencils as much as possible, and then I'm pulling in the other pencils on top of that, usually starting with the hardest pencil, aka the lightest one, and then going to the darkest one. Also, in between sometimes, I do have to erase up some of what I laid down to make the layers less thick, so that that white gel pen can go over it for the highlights, and then I go around them with the other pencils. For erasing, for the most part, I'm just using a plain kneaded eraser. One of those little malleable ones. They're a lot of fun. They're like putty in your hands. I also occasionally use the eraser that is on that Blackwing pencil as well. After I get my bright white highlights in, I do go in with the lightest brown pencil a couple more times just to help soften up those highlights a little bit. I like having some contrast going on. Well, let's face it, a lot of contrast, but sometimes you need to just soften that blow a little bit. My favorite part of drawing animals like this is always doing the textures of the fur. It's just a bunch of little lines and a lot of layering, and I just always find it to be a lot of fun. You can also see my coffee cup in most of these shots. It's because I need to have some coffee to get it going. Caffeine helps the creative process, at least for me. I did live stream this drawing on Twitch, the entire process. My Twitch is at KLoganArt, same as it is here. But we were joking about how normally when I draw a bunny, I make it look a little evil, and that this one doesn't quite look evil, but it looks like it knows some stuff, like it's been through some things. It's a wise little bunny. I think a lot of that has to do with the eye. When I did draw the eye, I just used the different pencils. I left the white of the paper, and then I took the white gel pen over the places where I wanted it to be the absolute brightest. I think it turned out pretty well, at least the eye did. And for the rest of the drawing, which includes its belly and its last leg and that last little foot, I did the same exact process I did throughout the rest of it. I laid down the browns first. I tried to start with the darker brown because I know it doesn't layer very well over the other ones. Went to the lighter one and then pulled in the other pencils over it, and then pulled the white gel pen on top and jumped back and forth as necessary. Overall, some of these items I feel like they didn't work together the best, but I still had a lot of fun doing the project. I think it turned out pretty darn cute, but I love bunnies, so I'm going to be a little biased about that. And at the end here, because I tend to lay my hand on the paper and a lot of this is really smudgy, I end up going in with an eraser to try to pull out some of the smudgies I have in the background. But with that, this drawing and therefore this video is pretty much done. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, concerns, or you've used any of the items in this month's box, let me know all about that in that comment section down below. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I do Paletteful Packs unboxings and projects once a month. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you'll definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody!